bit of a sobering topic today, but kind of a cheery twist at the end. Now, we all know that Mark David Chapman is the dirtbag that shot John. His reasons were, first, his newfound religious beliefs, believing that John's statement that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus from 14 years ago were blasphemous. He also saw John as a hypocrite. He was rich, but he still talked about peace and love. Chapman identified with Holden Caulfield, the main guy in Catcher in the Rye, who was fed up with phonies. Caulfield was also nuts. Chapman entered jail in 1980. He's still there 25 years later, and he's constantly denied parole. Here's hoping for a lot more years in there. There was some strange fallout years later. In 1985, there was a biopic, John and Yoko, a love story. Kim Mayuri played Yoko, and a bit of irony that I didn't know until now, the final entry on her filmography is the disastrous Sgt. Pepper's movie. Not a great way to end. An English actor called Mark Lindsay was chosen to play John. Yoko was very involved in the production, and she was impressed with his audition and signed off at his casting. It's kind of a plum role, an English actor getting to play an icon like John. Good for him. Hold on, though. It became known that while his stage name was Mark Lindsay, his given name was, you're not serious, are you? Mark Lindsay Chapman. Mark Chapman. Oh, man. Yoko basically pronounced that this was bad karma, and Lindsay was out. It's a shame, but when you think about it, there's a pretty good chance that this might happen. But bad luck because it's because of your name, and that's the one thing he can't do anything about. The role instead went to a fellow called Mark McGann, who had played Lennon on stage and earned an Olivier Award. Not a bad fallback position. Still named Mark, though. So here's the interesting twist. In 2007, there was a movie called Chapter 27, and it was basically a biopic of Mark David Chapman and his obsession with John. The book Catcher in the Rye had 26 chapters. You see what they did there? Anyway, Mark David Chapman was portrayed by Jared Leto. Yes, that Jared Leto. And he carried it off. And when they were casting John, there was one fellow who nailed the audition. And despite opposition, the director fought to keep him, and he did. Yep, 22 years later, our old friend Mark Lindsay got to play John. And when the director asked him how he should be billed, he said, Mark fucking Lindsay Chapman. That's my fucking name. Good for you, buddy.